This is Ruski Ed with Russian Nouns lesson number 23. Today we are going to talk about plants.
You want to learn Russian but you think it's too tough, too confusing and all that stuff. Funny looking letters, what's that you said? It's time to learn Russian with Ruski Ed.
And we will jump straight into our topic for the day. The Russian word for plant is rastenie. Of course, a plant-related word that we already know is the Russian word for flower, which is svitak. A little word by way of review is the Russian word for flower, svitak. Not muka, the other kind of flower. We're talking like a flower that grows on a plant. Svitak. Muka is the white stuff you use to make bread and stuff, or cake, or whatever it is you use muka for. Now the biggest kind of plants are trees, and the Russian word for tree is dereva. Of course, there are plants which are not exactly trees, but they're more than just short little plants. And one type of plant that falls in this category would be the bushes. And the Russian word for bush is kust. Kust is the Russian word for bush. Not like the President of the United States, though. That's a different thing altogether. In fact, the Russian word for George Bush is George Bush. It just looks a little different when spelled with Cyrillic letters. And of course, one of the types of plants that you see the most often is grass. Like if you visit a park, you'll see big old lawns filled with grass. The Russian word for grass is trava. A little short green stuff that you have to mow all the time. Trava. Now, although gardens should make one happy, the Russian word for garden is sad. 3 little letters, sad. However, the Russian word for vegetable garden is not the same as just a general word for garden. The Russian word for vegetable garden is ogored. So a regular garden is sad, and a vegetable garden is ogored. Phrases. Now we're moving into the phrase section of the lesson. First of all, I will present to you the Russian word for flower show. The Russian way of saying flower show is цветочная выставка. And of course in Russia they have parks, and just like parks in the United States, a lot of the time they don't want you to walk on the grass, depending on the type of park it is, of course. And the Russian way of saying don't walk on the grass or stay off the grass is po travе не ходить. And this is Ruski Ed at the end of lesson number 23 on Russian nouns. Remember to stay off the grass. До свидания!
It's time to learn Russian with Ruski Ed.
Stay off the grass.